Hello ladies and gents, this is Ant Hood, and first off I must apologise for showing this ugly face again. Now if your kids are now burst into tears because of this monstrosity, I do apologise, and I'll consider putting a parental discretion in the front of this video. That's if I remember. But jokes aside, I am actually talking now because I want you to stick around till after my Ant video, because I am going to talk about my 1000 sub giveaway. At the time of filming this, I am literally 995 subs and I'm only 5 away. That's it, get it in few, 5 away from hitting 1,000. So I can't do a video next weekend because I am far too busy. I'm doing some extra work to get some extra cash in so I can buy Ant stuff with it. Don't tell the wife. But the week, so 2 weeks time, I will be doing a giveaway. I've got some vouchers from some top retailers, but I'll talk all about that later. But for now, enjoy this video here, and I will see you after the video. Bye-bye for now. Hello ladies and gents, this is another video brought to you by Ant Hood, and today's video is about my Solenopsis Geminata absolutely destroying a baby mouse. Now I was initially concerned to see if they could take this on because it's quite a big bit of meat as it were to take on, but as you can tell by this title they have no issues, and really it's Geminata. Would I expected anything else? The truth is no, I wouldn't. But first, as always, let's look at the progress of how they're getting on. As you can see, they're still quite busy in the outworld, but look at this nest. And then there's this one too. As you can clearly see, they have exploded in numbers again. And as always, let's have a close look with a macro lens, because I love a macro lens shot. Now, it's very difficult to focus what's going on in the nest because there's just so many of them on the top of the nest acrylic cover. So I do apologise. I do try and focus in and out like here you can see, so I can actually see the brood and stuff like that, but it is now incredibly difficult just because there's so many on the acrylic. But as you can clearly see, the brood is packed high. This nest is probably about 1 centimetre deep at a guesstimate. I'm not putting my finger in to measure it, obviously, because it'll sting me badly. I might even show you some stinging video later, just because PJGrant would love to see that, or maybe I won't, I don't know yet, I haven't decided, but it hurt. Anyway, so you can clearly see there's plenty of brood in there. They are doing really well. The brood development for these guys is about 28 days, so this brood will be adults very soon. Now, I'm not sure if you noticed in the outworld earlier, there is a pile of dead there. I did actually clean that out last week, and that's been built up within the week. But clearly, as you can see, there is still loads of brood and loads of workers. So yes, they've had a lot of die off, but they're clear. Oh, there's the queen. Look, see if we can get her in focus. Yeah, she's fine. Anyway, she's fine and dandy like sugar candy, as you can tell from all the brood. Now, most of the brood in the moment is situated in the left-hand side of the nest, which is the equivalent of an MS 3.5, which are now going to be stopped being used, being sold by Wakushi, but they're being replaced with something that's a generic one, but we'll talk about that when it comes out. Anyway, as you can see, this side isn't so busy, so it's mainly just workers. There is some brood here, but mainly workers and majors just chilling the beans, doing what they do in the nest and relaxing until I come off and took the cover off. So you can see that there isn't actually a pile of brood. It was what left over from that prawn I gave them ages ago, but they still haven't processed it. They're probably just sitting on it for giggles. But this is the their original MS 3.5, and you can see here they've moved a load of brood in here as well. Now, reasonably speaking, this brood alone with the other brood would easily fill up a 5.5. There isn't a lot of space for expansion, but there still is. So I really do need to look at getting a bigger nest for these guys. I have spoken to Wakushi about doing a custom nest for me. Haven't pushed that forward yet because he's been busy developing his leaf cutter setup. But hopefully it's something we can work on soon. So this is the baby mouse, or Pinky as they're more commonly called. Now, the reason why I've put this on top of the nest, because I think it's important to show that you can't just give a Pinky to any colony. It needs to be something that they've got, one, the numbers to process, which clearly mine do, and two, the brood to eat it. Because the issue with something like a Pinky, if you leave it any longer than 24 hours, it will start to decompose and it will stink your room out. So bear that in mind. As you can clearly see here, I've definitely got the brood for these guys to process it, and that's what's important, and that's why I measured it up by putting it on top of the nest so I could gauge it. So let's put the Pinky in. I do apologise for the shaky cam. I'm just trying to fit my fat hands past the camera and knocking the stand it's on, so I do apologise. But I am not going to do this in real time because it takes approximately 5 minutes for them to actually get decent numbers recruiting to it. So I am going to speed it up. But what you will notice is that you get the initial worker like you've got going on here, and then more workers. As soon as you get the pheromone scent and realise there's food there, then they all start jumping on the bandwagon. Now I've obviously sped this up because you guys don't want to sit around just watching this, just 4 of them sniffing around this dead mouse. Now what you'll see they're doing now is they'll be checking it out, and then they'll be sussing out to actually see if it's a food source, because don't forget these guys haven't been fed anything other than cockroaches to my knowledge, so this is new food items for them. And what you did see, which you've just missed, is that all of the ants disappeared bar one that was still sniffing around, and then once they come back on force, and as you can see here, they're swarming it now. I advise if you missed it, just go back by 20-30 seconds and you'll see what I mean, that there's literally one ant and then they all come back with their sisters. Now this is slowed back to real time so you can have a look to see how they go about it. Now literally they'll be sniffing out the weak spots such as the mouth, the ears, the anus, and that was where they'll attack from. Now I won't lie to you guys, the uptake from the ants was surprisingly slow. I expected them to swarm it like my Nicos used to, but these guys are a bit slower onto the game. But you can clearly see here from this video, now I do apologise for the angle, I was trying to get a macro lens of where I've actually put this was near on impossible for me, so I apologise for the videos. But you can see they've attacking the ear area, they've attacked the forehead as well, which is unusual, and they've gone in through the mid-abdomen as well as the anus area as well. So they are attacking from multiple points. You can see here is attacking into the head and the ear area as well, and you can actually see them chomping into it. It's really cool. Now, like I said, they were very slow with the uptake. This literally is a couple of hours after putting it in, and I did start to wonder if they could process it quick enough before it started smelling all funky. But I must admit, I can safely say those concerns were not needed, because these guys, they smash it, to be honest. Now unfortunately I've been working 7 days a week, and I've been giving this to them last night, and that's why I finished at this video and started the following morning 6 hours later, sorry, and this is it. As you can clearly see, they've taken all of the outer layers off, they've taken the limbs off, the tail, they've just got the muscles left with a bit of skin. That's the skull or what's left of it. So now they're just processing the muscles and internal organs, or the juicy bits. And just for an intermission, for PJGrant, this is them stinging me, or love stings as he calls it. Now this one here is stinging me over and over again as she's biting onto me. What a lovely lady she is. Unfortunately, I had to stop recording them this morning where I was getting all the juicy parts of the takedown because I had to go to work again. Now, don't forget, these aren't like my Nicobrensis where I could see the majors chomping and breaking off ribs, which was also cool, by the way. But these girls have to do it in small chunks, and you're not going to see the mass processing that the Nicos did. And I don't think that these guys can also process the bones, because they've made a little graveyard there. They have attacked the skull a little bit, but generally speaking, they've got a little boneyard there, which you didn't see on my Nicos. I've got no idea how big my Solenopsis numbers are, maybe 3,500, 4,000 strong, but they can clearly process a small pinky or a baby mouse. And you can see here, there's not a lot left. I love that little boneyard, it makes me laugh. So these girls have absolutely annihilated it. Did I expect anything else? No, not really. Hello ladies and gents, it's Anty Matters again, and I hope you enjoyed that video. Sorry I'm subjected to this ugly face again, but you're going to have to put up with it for a little bit longer. If you haven't checked out the playlist of my Solenopsis, you can check it out in the top right corner now, where you can see where I started off with 6 workers all the way up, where up to they are now. Would I recommend Solenopsis to experienced ant keepers? If you're experienced, yes. They are relatively easy to look after. And if you've got the financial backing to keep up with them, because they do need nests fairly regularly because they expand so quickly. I've got mine kept at a cooler temperature so their growth rate is a bit more manageable for me. But if you optimise the temperature around 28 degrees, where I'm currently at 25, they will grow a lot quicker, and you will need to keep up with their growth rate. You also need to get a decent quality nest, which can be expensive as well. One way you know they can't escape out of it, and an outworld where you know it's good enough they can't get out of that as well. I have got both, so I'm lucky. But if you're an average ant keeper or a kid ant keeper, it's dependent on your mum or parents to buy you stuff or pocket money. These aren't the ants for you guys. But if you have got the financial backing, by all means get them. They're brilliant. But anyway, I'll stop talking rubbish. But let's talk about what you guys really want to know about, and that is my 1,000 subs giveaway extravaganza. Extravaganza, you know how many times I've tried to say that. It's been 8 takes and I have only just got it right. But anyway, jokes aside, So who's giving what away? I've got two top prizes of £50 each. One is from Wakushi, which is a voucher, and the other voucher is from Antantics. Wakushi's also kindly offered to do two £20 vouchers and one £10 voucher. And Stevie's going to get involved as well, but unfortunately I didn't manage to get a hold of him in time before doing this video to see, because he's agreed to help out, but I don't know what monetary vouchers he's going to give. So, but I will update you in my next video, of course. If there's any other retailers that want to jump in on this, by all means get in contact with me, because I am not taking anything from it. It is purely going out to my viewers. So if you want to get involved, please do. Just drop me an email, a message or something like that. Anyway, I'll stop talking rubbish. So it's going to be 2 weeks between videos, and a simple reason for that is because I am working 7 days a week for 3 weeks, 3 weeks solid, and next weekend I will not be home to be able to do a video, so it's going to have to be the weekend after. So how do you enter this competition? To tell you the truth, it's super easy. You just got to do two things. One is obviously subscribe to my channel, make sure you're subscribed, and secondly, leave a comment. But if you're going to leave a comment, it doesn't matter what you put after this, you've got to put, yeah, I want free stuff. Now, the reason for that is because every time a content creator does a free giveaway on YouTube and they ask to leave a comment, I always put, yeah, I want free stuff, because I think it's funny. That's the way my humour works. I am slightly weird and strange, as you can probably tell by my mannerisms and by my boring humour, but I think it's funny and it cracks me up. So by all means, you guys do the same. Leave that, yeah, I want free stuff, and then you can put whatever comment you want after that. That's cool, because that tells me you want to be part of this competition. Now, spread the word, share this about, because it'll be cool the more people that get involved in it, because hopefully I'll have some more prizes come next week, in 2 weeks time when I do this giveaway. But anyway, I will stop talking rubbish now. I need to say a big thank you to my Patreons. I shivvy over to my left, probably your right, as they're going to start coming up now. But a big thank you to all my Patreons. I normally read off the list as it scrolls through, but because I'm filming this straight live, I can't. So just thanks to all these guys as it scrolls past. I promise that I will try and remember all of my Patreons, but I can't. Now, there we go. Now, a lot of my Patreons have actually got their own YouTube channels, so by all means check them out. I will put a link in the description below. But anyway, I have talked enough rubbish as it is now. If you haven't subscribed already, please check. Can I orientate this right? The middle bit there? Yeah, check the middle bit there. Click on that and then you can subscribe to my channel. But anyway, I am going proper now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye for now.